Have you ever noticed that some mornings, you wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? You shuffle into the kitchen, pour yourself a cup of coffee, maybe nibble on something quick, and yet, by mid-morning, your energy has already started to dip. You wonder, why am I always so tired, even when I sleep enough? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not just old age. The truth is, the way you start your morning has a much bigger impact on your entire day than most people realize. Especially after 60, your body and brain respond differently to stress, food, light, and routine. What might have been fine in your 40s or 50s can suddenly leave you drained, foggy, or even irritable now. But here's the good news. It's often just a few small changes that make a huge difference in how you feel by noon and beyond. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 common morning habits that are secretly stealing your energy. These are things many seniors do without even thinking. And once you learn how to fix them, your mornings can start feeling a whole lot lighter, clearer, and more energized. So let's get into it. Let's start with the one that surprises most people, staying in bed too long after you've woken up. It feels harmless, even comforting, to lie there, maybe scroll on your phone, or just try to slowly ease into the day. But what's actually happening is your body is sending mixed signals. You're awake, but still lying down like you're sleeping. You're conscious, but not moving, and your brain doesn't quite know how to shift gears. You see, after 60, your body's circadian rhythm, that internal clock that regulates energy, sleep, and hormones, becomes more sensitive to your environment. The moment you open your eyes, your brain needs light and movement to switch into day mode. But when you linger too long in bed, you stay in this in-between state, and your energy stays stuck there too. Instead, once you wake up, try this. Sit up, plant your feet on the floor, and let some light in. Natural sunlight is best, even if it's through a window. Then stand up and gently stretch your arms and legs. It doesn't need to be a full workout, just a signal to your body that it's time to rise and start circulating energy again. This one little change, done daily, can reset your rhythm and make you feel more alert much earlier in the day. Now let's talk about something most people think helps them feel awake, but can actually be a trap. That's reaching for caffeine before you've had water or food. I get it. That morning cup of coffee can feel like life support. It's warm, it's familiar, and it gives you that little boost. But here's what's happening inside your body. When you wake up, you're slightly dehydrated. Your brain is about 75% water, and after a whole night of sleep, it's craving hydration. When you put caffeine into a dry system, it doesn't nourish, it stresses. It raises cortisol, the stress hormone, and pushes your adrenal system to wake up, even though it hasn't had the proper fuel yet. That's why a few hours later, you feel jittery, tired, or even crash. Try this instead. The first thing you put into your body should be water. Just a glass. Even warm water with a little lemon if you like. Then, before your coffee, have a light breakfast. It doesn't have to be a full meal. A boiled egg, a banana, a handful of nuts, something that tells your body, we're fueling up. Then enjoy your coffee. You'll still get the boost, but without the crash, and your body will thank you for it all day long. Another hidden mistake that's more common than people realize is skipping real movement. I'm not talking about exercise or cardio. I'm talking about simple, intentional movement in the first hour after waking. Most people over 60 feel stiff in the mornings, and the instinct is to sit, rest, ease into the day. But here's what happens. The longer you wait to move, the harder it becomes. Your joints get stiffer, your circulation slows down, and your brain stays in low-power mode. Even 5 minutes of movement, walking around the house, stretching your back, reaching for the sky, rolling your shoulders, helps wake up your body and your brain. It gets the blood flowing, sends oxygen to your cells, and even boosts your mood by releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine and endorphins. You don't need a routine or equipment. Just keep it simple. Maybe it's while you wait for your toast to pop or your tea to steep. Maybe it's while listening to music or stepping out on the porch. The key is this. Don't let the morning pass without movement. Your energy depends on it more than you think. So if you've been waking up feeling groggy, dragging through the morning, or wondering why your energy never quite kicks in. Take a look at those first few minutes of your day. Are you lying in bed too long? Is coffee going in before water or food? Are you staying still for too long? These things feel small, but they're like tiny leaks in your energy tank. And the longer they go on, the more they drain you. Now that we've uncovered a few of the big culprits behind morning fatigue, there's still one more powerful habit to explore. It's something that's often overlooked, but it quietly affects your entire mindset and motivation for the day ahead. It's your morning mindset, that quiet voice inside your head that speaks before anyone else does. It might whisper something like, "Ugh, another day. I feel so slow." Or maybe it grumbles, "What's the point of even getting up?" These thoughts might seem harmless, just passing grumbles, but they're powerful, because the way you think first thing in the morning shapes how your body feels all day long. Think of your thoughts as instructions. When you tell yourself, "I'm already tired," your brain listens. It takes that as a signal to dial things down, conserve energy, and move through the day in a kind of mental fog. It becomes a self-fulfilling loop. You feel low. You say you feel low, and so your energy stays low. But the good news? You can flip that script. And no, this isn't about being fake or forcing positivity. It's about being intentional. Choosing to start your day with even a small, gentle affirmation can make a surprising difference. Try something simple like, "Today, I'll move slowly but with purpose." Or, "I have what I need to feel good today." Even if you don't fully believe it at first, your brain responds to that shift in tone. It softens. It opens. And that sense of permission to feel good, to move forward, to have energy, starts to take hold. Another small yet powerful mindset habit is gratitude. I know, you've probably heard that word 1,000 times. But it's not just some feel-good concept, it's a proven energy booster. Taking just 30 seconds to notice something good about the morning. Maybe the sunlight, a soft pillow, the smell of your coffee, or the simple fact that you woke up, can activate the parts of your brain connected to motivation and optimism. You don't have to write in a journal or make a speech. Just think it. Say it out loud, if you like. "I'm grateful for this moment." That single sentence can lift the weight off your shoulders and bring in a breath of energy you didn't expect. And that brings us to another important truth. Many seniors start the day already overwhelmed. You might not even realize it, but the second your eyes open, your brain might start scanning through worries, doctor's appointments, aches and pains, finances, family concerns, or just a general sense of, "I'm behind. I should be doing more." This mental to-do list can be exhausting before you even step out of bed. And while it's natural to have things on your mind, especially in later years when health and life can feel more fragile, it's important to protect those first few minutes of your day. Try this. Instead of jumping into worry, focus on one thing you can control this morning. Maybe it's stretching your back. Maybe it's drinking that glass of water. Maybe it's calling a friend later. One small win. Let that be your focus, not everything that could go wrong. Because here's the truth. Energy is deeply tied to focus. When your mind is pulled in 5 directions, your body follows. You start to feel scattered, slow, or even paralyzed by choice. But when your mind is anchored, even by something small, you gain momentum. And momentum is how energy builds. Now let's bring it all together. You've learned how staying in bed too long confuses your brain and body. You've seen how reaching for coffee before hydration can lead to crashes. You understand how skipping movement stiffens your body and slows your blood flow. And now, you know how your mindset, those first thoughts you allow in, can shape everything that comes after. These habits might seem small on their own, but they act like dominoes. When you start the day with more clarity, more nourishment, and more intention, everything feels lighter. Your tasks feel more manageable. Your emotions feel steadier, and your body feels more awake. Let me share something I heard recently from a woman named Carol, who just turned 74. She said, "I didn't think changing my mornings would change much, but when I started getting out of bed right away, sipping warm water before my coffee, and doing a few stretches while listening to music, it was like my brain turned back on. I actually look forward to mornings now." That's the power of small steps. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to care enough about your mornings to give them attention. Because your morning sets the tone. It decides what kind of energy walks beside you for the rest of the day. So, if you've been struggling with low energy, dragging yourself through the day, or just feeling off without knowing why, start here. Not with a pill, not with another appointment, but with how you rise, how you move, how you speak to yourself, and what you choose to focus on. The first few minutes of your day are more than just a routine. They are a message to your body, to your brain, and to your heart. A message that says, I'm still here. I still matter. And I'm going to take care of myself today. And the beautiful thing is, it's never too late to send that message. You can start tomorrow. Or even better, you can start now. There's something really empowering about realizing your mornings are still yours. No matter what age you are, you still have the ability to set the tone for your day. And when you begin to treat those first moments with care, when you start to move with intention, fuel your body properly, and shift your thinking, you start to feel different, lighter, more in control, less like the day is happening to you, and more like you're choosing how to meet it. That's the beauty of being older. You've seen enough to know what matters and what doesn't. And while you may not have the same energy you had at 25, what you do have is something even more valuable: awareness. You can feel what helps and what hurts. You can sense when something drains you. And now, you have the tools to make gentle changes that honor your body, your mind, and your time. One of the most common things I hear from older adults is this: I just want to feel like myself again. And here's what I always say: you're still there. You're still you. That energy, that joy, that spark, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's just been covered up by habits that no longer serve you. The good news? You get to replace those. Starting today. Let's quickly revisit the small shifts that can help you reclaim your mornings. First, getting up when your body wakes up instead of staying in bed and sending mixed signals. Your brain is ready for the day the moment your eyes open. Don't keep it waiting. Next, hydration before stimulation. Let water be your first fuel, not caffeine. You'll feel the difference, not just in your energy, but in your mood and clarity too. Then, we talked about movement, just enough to get your blood flowing and your joints awake. No gym needed, no pressure. Just 5 minutes of gentle movement can remind your body what it's capable of. And finally, that quiet but powerful force, mindset. Whether it's a moment of gratitude, a positive intention, or simply choosing to silence the inner critic and speak to yourself with kindness. You now know how much that changes everything. You don't need a complicated routine. You don't need an hour-long list of steps. What you do need is consistency. Trust that these tiny habits, repeated day after day, will do more for your energy and health than any single miracle product ever could. And I want to remind you, if you've been struggling with fatigue, if you felt like your days are just a blur of tiredness and trying to get through, please don't blame yourself. Aging is not the problem. Neglect is. And that's something we can change. Start small. Pick one of these habits to try tomorrow. Just one. Maybe you'll get out of bed right away instead of lying there. Maybe you'll start with a glass of water instead of reaching for the coffee. Maybe you'll walk a slow lap around your living room or speak a kind word to yourself out loud. Whatever it is, give it a few days. Let it become familiar. Let it grow. Then add another. This is how real energy returns. Not all at once, but gently, naturally, in your rhythm. And the more you care for your mornings, the more you'll notice how everything else begins to shift. Your mood, your patience, your appetite, your sleep at night. Because mornings are the foundation of your entire day. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. You're not too old to change. You're not too late to feel better. You're not stuck. If anything, this is the perfect time in your life to care for yourself in a deeper way. You've spent years caring for others. Now you get to come home to you. And if this message has resonated with you, if you've had that little voice inside say, yes, this is what I need, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below and tell me, which of these morning changes are you going to try first? What's been your biggest struggle with mornings lately? You never know who your story might inspire. Someone reading your comment might think, if they can do it, maybe I can too. And that's how we build community. That's how we grow together. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We post weekly content all about health, energy, and emotional strength for seniors who want to live fully, not just survive, but thrive. And if you know someone who's been feeling tired or worn down lately, maybe share this with them. It might be the encouragement they need today. Thank you for spending your time here. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are still full of life, full of wisdom, and full of potential. Here's to brighter mornings, stronger days, and a heart that feels light and alive. You deserve that. And it starts right here, with one morning done a little differently. Here's to living your best life at any age.